Well, I have some magic for you today. I say that all the time, don't I? I do. I have magic. But here's what I have. I have something that works for me. And then I attempt to share it with you, and maybe it'll work for you. It could. So I have a great story. I've been chatting with a client of mine. When I see a client and after they're gone, I usually stay in contact with them either through email or cell phone or text, and this way kind of inspires them to keep going and kind of like coaching or inspiration. And she's done some magic with her life. She's lost a lot of weight in the past couple of months. She's feeling self-love. She's feeling beautiful again. She's loving her life, and she's creating fantasies that she's had for many years to come true. And she said in her note yesterday, I'm daydreaming a lot. And it dawned on me, that's the magic of manifestation, is the daydream. I'm always daydreaming. I don't sit around with too much logic in my mind, preparing and measuring and counting, and because there's always a resistance to that. You notice that? You say, oh, I think I'm going to redesign this room. Well, it might cost me a lot of money. Then the walls might crack because I live in a very old house. And then if the walls crack, I have to repair the cracks. And then I have to go get my permits. And then I have to find some oh my God, I'm tired already and I haven't started. So what I've learned in my life is I just sit back, say, this room would look nice, designed differently. And I go back to Wayne Dyer's story about the dog or cat that's chasing his tail. And the guy says, why are you chasing your tail? He says, I heard I will have the riches of life if I catch my tail. And the person says, well, don't you know if you just go through life, your tail will follow you everywhere you go. So I think about that story often with my life. I try not to chase my tail. I just think about going through life. Excuse me. I go through life and I say, okay, here's what I desire. I desire this room to be redesigned. I really don't, because I've already redesigned it and it came out beautiful. Excuse the ego, but it came out beautiful. Because I just said, okay, let's do it. But as soon as I start thinking about it, then all of a sudden the brakes apply. It's going to be too expensive. I'm going to have problems with it. Might not work. Maybe the floor will cave in, something. And, my right-hand person, Mike, he's there for me all the time, 24/7. He used to say, well, what if it doesn't work? Well, we haven't tried it yet. Let's go ahead and do it, and then we'll see if it works. So here's the magic of manifestation I want to share with you. If we could somehow teach our mind to daydream, like this client said she was daydreaming, then the daydreaming would allow us to just create without thinking. And we have other things to think about. We have to think about being there on time, or we have to think about how to get there. We don't have to think about things that haven't happened now. Well, next month, next month, let's be in the moment, Now hear it well. See if I could explain it so your mind would be able to do it. Instead of thinking of what you desire, feel it, and now go take care of life. That's all. I believe the subconscious mind hears everything we tell it. When we tell a subconscious mind, we can't do that. Subconscious mind starts calculating how not to do it. I do believe this. This is the way I live my life, many years. So when my mind says, I can't do something, I could feel every excuse there is logically why it won't work. Conversely, if you say, this is what I'm going to do, then the subconscious mind starts setting those wheels in motion, and this is what it turns out to be. I have an interesting story. Our market is strange right now. And I have a car that I've had for about a year and a half now, and I wasn't real satisfied with it when I first got it. It was too big, and maybe it was buyer's remorse. Maybe I just didn't like it. My dealer called me up the other day and he said, if you bring your car in, we'll give you exactly what you paid for it, give you a new car, taxes are taken care of because you already paid the taxes on the first car you have. Could that be? Could it be that I was thinking about maybe I'm going to get rid of this car and trade it in. And I remember when I first got it, I called him, I says, how much would you give me if I give it back? And he'd lose a lot of money. Yeah, forget it then. Stop. See, remember I said, you think about it too much. I stopped thinking about it, and he calls me. And this seems to be the way my life works with almost everything. Now, I didn't even believe this, but I just spoke to my next door neighbor, Shams and Neelam. They says, yeah, the same thing happened to us. I spoke to my son, Craig, and he says, yeah, he gave his car back. They gave him $2,000 and he got a different car. That sounds like a bunch of garbage. But I understand there's no new cars. People want used cars because they think they're going to get a better deal on a used car. And the world's strange right now, isn't it? What I'm getting at, though, is I created that by letting it go. Let it go. I decided to enjoy my car, and I'll get rid of it when the time is right, and I'm enjoying my car. And now he calls me up and says, you want a new one? Okay. Yeah, sounds like a good deal. So I'm going to live the moment the best I can, and I'm sharing with you this magic. Refrain from thinking. Stop counting how much you have because it keeps letting you know how much you don't have. Stop thinking about what you would like to have because you'll find reasons and blocks to not have it, like the remodeling process, anything. You know, right now we're extending our parking lot a little bit. We're designing our parking lot. I want it to look beautiful. Am I going to think about it? Let's just do it, Mike. And we're doing it. And everything will look good. And we're redesigning issues at the Wellness Center. Let's not think about it. Let's just do it. We needed an extra hypnosis room at the Wellness Center. We took the massage room, we moved the recliner in there, we moved the side chair, a little desk. Now we have another hypnosis room and a massage room. But we didn't think about it. I kid you not. We just created it and did it. As soon as you think, you have resistance. If you can create in your mind what you desire, and like the dog chasing his tail, just go through life, it'll come to you. If I'm wrong, call me a liar. If you try it and it works, I'd like to hear from you. As I always say, I love you and I mean it. I love the universe. I love everybody I come across. And you say, Larry, you're just a big lover. I'm just a big lover. I just love. And I love you. And thank you for listening to all my work and my times and everything. Let me see if I can end you with, I'm going to end you with a smile. Bye.